From shipping dock to college classroom, warehouse associate to robotics apprentice, entry level to software engineer. At Amazon, there's a way up for anyone because there's something for everyone.
Amazon pays 100% of my tuition, so now I'm on my way to get my bachelor's degree, and it's pretty awesome.
Prepaid tuition for college, GED, and ESL programs for nearly 1 million Amazon employees and delivery drivers.
And good afternoon to you. Welcome to high school basketball action on Central Illinois Sports. Live this afternoon from Camp Point Central High School as the 20-4 Central Panthers play host to the 19-6 Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes. Good afternoon to you. Alongside John Hull and Brian Shoemaker, I'm Charlie Hull. This is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. These two teams, well, they played at the Winchester Invitational Tournament. Camp Point Central got the better of the Tornadoes in that contest, but this is a big game for Griggsville-Perry. Could have some potential ramifications when it comes to their regional seeding. They really could use this win after falling last night to West Hancock. And you know this Tornado squad is going to come out focused and ready to go today against this Camp Point Central team who really has things rolling in the right direction. We'll talk more about the matchup on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Rough day at work? We all have them from time to time. But the last thing you want to worry about is coming home to your internet being out. Or even worse, waiting all day to watch the big game, only to find out it's blacked out. With Cascom, those worries are a thing of the past. Our local technicians are here to service any issues and ensure you have a worry-free experience, whether it be internet, TV, or even home phone. Call Cascom today at 1-800-252-1799 to schedule or upgrade your internet and TV service.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Back with you at Camp Point Central High School, the Panthers and the Tornadoes. In what should be a good matchup, Brian Shoemaker alongside Brian, and we've seen a lot of both of these teams, and on paper these two teams match up very well. The first time they played, Camp Point Central got the better of the Tornadoes, but as we said in the open, this is a big game for Griggsville-Perry. You know, a loss here today after falling to West Hancock last night, only one more game, I believe, before the seeding meeting, so they'll play South County on Tuesday night. The seeding meetings, put that in quote, that's kind of an old term now, but I believe happened on Wednesday. And it's a team that with a loss today might find themselves outside the top four.
Well, I think the consensus right now, Charlie, is that Routt Catholic will likely be the one. New Berlin will probably be the two. If you talk to a lot of these coaches, which we have been privileged enough to do, they really believe that it's a toss-up for the 3, 4, and 5 spots between West Central, Griggsville-Perry, and, you know, maybe tossing even in somebody else like a South County or somebody else into that mix. There's potential for a lot of shakeup there. So every game counts right now, and of course, Griggsville-Perry kind of missed an opportunity last night to get a signature win on their belt over West Hancock when they weren't able to get that done. Now, they do have 2 tournament titles to their name, and that's obviously a very nice thing to have on the resume this year.
And 2 wins over West Central.
Other than that, though, to be blunt, there's not a lot of what you would consider big wins on this calendar yet for the Griggsville-Perry squad. They're hopeful to get one. They dropped a game early in the season against Brown County. They were hopeful maybe to get this one against West Hancock. They got a nice win, of course, against West Central in the Winchester tournament. Weren't able to get anything over than semifinals or the third-place contest. So they really need one here. And, you know, this is a game that after the guy against West Hancock, it's another short turnaround. We've seen what happens sometimes. These guys have dropped a game against Unity on a short turnaround after they had the first win over West Central. So it's really going to be a test today for Garrett White's squad to see how they come out and answer the challenge here against what is a very nice Camp Point Central squad.
Well, I was talking to Coach White before the game, and he said, we're going to warm up a little differently today, and it's going to be a focus on toughness. And if you watch the Tornadoes right now, they're out there, they're practicing taking charges at the moment, Brian.
Well, you know, Charlie, there's something to be said about being football strong. And that's what Camp Point Central is. They are football strong. This is a team that prides themselves on conditioning, prides themselves on weightlifting. If you watch Brad Dixon on Twitter, you obviously see the culture that they have in terms of weight strength, in terms of building body muscle. This is a team that prides itself very much on its physicality, prides itself on speed now. You see that in the way they play football, and you now see it in the play they play basketball, Charlie, because this is a team that used to be a very slow-it-down, half-court style team. They've got shooters, they've got rebounders, they can get out in transition now, and that's really part of what makes this Panther squad a very dangerous team.
Well, yeah, what's happened here at Camp Point Central has not happened by accident, and it's on basically every level, boys and girls both, and a lot of it has to do with the way that they have invested and just to the overall physical fitness of their student athletes, and it's really paid off, like you talked about, not just on the football field, but here on the hard court on the boys' side as well. The baseball program is always right in the mix of things. It's one of the better teams in the areas. And then on the girls' side, of course, Matt Long's been doing it a long time, but the Central volleyball and softball programs have come a long way, and they're top contenders now as well. It's been impressive to watch.
It really is. You know, you look at Camp Point Central and their Central Southeastern girls program, Charlie, and they went into the State Farm Tournament over in Bloomington, and I believe they were a 7 seed, and really kind of an oversight into the quality of teams they had there. And the next thing you know, Matt Long's playing on the last game of the tournament, and by gosh, goes off and wins the darn thing. And They've really established a culture here at Camp Point that really works. The kids have bought into it. The community buys into it. And when you can do that, it always seems to equal some level of success.
We are about 8.5 minutes away from the starting lineups and the play-by-play of this contest. Camp Point Central 20-4, Griggsville-Perry 19-6. Should be a good one. Glad you're with us this afternoon on Central Illinois Sports.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Well, Jim, it's going well, but something tells me they're going to have to bring more to the field if they want this game watch party on February 12th to be a winner.
That's right, Steve. They need to dig deep from the liquor booth playbook to stock up on all the fan favorites for the big game. Bourbon, whiskey, vodka, and tequila must be on the host's mind.
Good thing the liquor booth has a variety of beer on the bench to pull from. They might even call in the wine reserves to make this happen.
They're huddled up at the liquor booth on Broadway and at 12th and Locust, ready to send in the game changers.
Well, my baby does gives me special love. It's the kind of stuff.
Honey, it's your turn.
I'm on cloud nine.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Rewards checking, I'm not sure if there's a better checking account around.
They have 3 requirements each month. And if they meet those requirements, we will pay them the highest checking account interest rate that we have right now.
At this time, it is a very generous 4.07 APY.
As far as ID Secure goes,
it gives you protection with credit monitoring, cell phone protection.
Prevent identity theft at a reasonable cost.
It's watching out for you.
And every 90 days you get an update on it. So the peace of mind of that's very nice.
Luke and Aaron Fessler at Fessler Insurance are here to help you with all of your insurance needs. Fessler Insurance, a Country Financial agency, provides life, health, auto, home, and farm insurance. Trust your insurance needs to the local folks at Fessler Insurance. Call for a quote today at 217-285-4429 or stop by at 1165 West Washington Street in Pittsfield for Fessler Insurance.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Camp Point Central and Griggsville-Perry and high school boys basketball action for you this evening, or afternoon as it may be, on Central Illinois Sports. And this game between these two squads, Brian, has been this kind of mid-afternoon game for a while. No JV game here this afternoon. I understand maybe due to an officiating type of situation, but Griggsville-Perry has been unable to play full JV games this season, playing a lot of modified look there, which is for a lot of people, it'd be a little tougher, but we only have 10 guys. A lot of these guys getting playing time in that varsity game anyway.
Yeah, everybody gets in. You're going to see a lot of guys on the floor here for Garrett White's squad today, and we know they've got some younger numbers coming up through the 8th grade ranks and still some left in the 7th grade level, so you're hoping to see those numbers climb back up for GP. Of course, several schools around the area, Charlie, we've seen it on the girls and boys side both. Several teams from freshman through senior really dealing with some extremely low numbers. We've seen some teams as low as 9, maybe 8, and a lot of teams just trying to get by with 11 or maybe 12 kids on the roster.
And you're talking about teams that are having successful seasons like Griggsville-Perry, like Quincy Notre Dame's girls. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you start looking around and going, where are the players?
Yes, it's a real concern, to be deathly truthful, and you don't know where they're at. And, of course, kids have a lot of options these days. It's really easy if you want to become a musician to really invest yourself and get some instruments and things. And we're not trying to knock anybody who isn't interested in athletics. But as we all know here in a small school setting, Charlie, athletics play a big part in the success of your school district and the interest of your community. So we encourage guys, hey, get your kids in uniform and let them be part of the fun, even if they're maybe not seeing all of the court time.
You talked about the lack of maybe a signature win for this Griggsville-Perry program on the Camp Point Central side of things. They really are a team kind of looking for one of those as well. When you really look at it, they've won 20 games on the season, and not to knock anything that they have done, but when you take a look at the games they lost, first game of the season against Brown County, I think you can kind of throw that one out. And again, nothing against Brown County. Could they beat Camp Point Central if they play again? Sure, it could happen. I think Central right now has the better overall body of work. But other losses, to Jacksonville route. They also lost to Lexington and a road game right before Christmas, and then, of course, a loss to Illini Bluffs. Outside of that, you would say maybe that West Hancock game that you and I were part of last Friday, a couple Fridays ago. They've beaten them, what, 3 times on the season now?
They've beaten them twice, and of course the other win you'll think about, Charlie, three for the rivalry with West Hancock. They do have a couple of wins over Southeastern. One of those came at Augusta as well on a errant Wednesday night game that they had that we didn't really know much about because it wasn't on either team's max preps. But anyway, you're right. Out of the 20 wins, you've probably got about 5 or 6 that you can sit there and say this is a real standout win. But also in some regards, Charlie, when you're a really good team, sometimes a lot of these wins don't look as impressive because you put them away impressively.
Well, yeah, you get measured at a different standard, and, that's the kind of thing you'd like. If you're Camp Point Central, and James Barnett's, no stranger to this, he knows that if you're going to be successful when it comes to postseason play, you're going to have to beat teams like Route, like Illini Bluff, some of those squads that and it could be those very teams that you might have to actually beat in postseason play. And it's not like they got blown out by either of those teams. Illini Bluffs beat them on a last-second shot. Route, it was a fairly competitive contest throughout the night. But you'd still, if you were Camp Point Central, like to hope that you're still kind of trending upward. And I think that's what we've seen out of this Panther team throughout this latter half of the season.
Well, and I think if you talk to some coaches and some people in the know for that subsectional, Charlie, there is a lot of consensus that Camp Point likely will be the 1 seed in this subsectional. And the biggest thing about it, they'll be hosting the regional right here at Camp Point Central High School.
It is the Camp Point Central Panthers and the Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes, a gym that is going up on the opposite side of us. Still plenty of seats on this side of things. I believe it's mini dance camp day here at Camp Point Central, or cheer camp.
Brought my dance shoes.
And so, yeah, Brian will be dancing at halftime, so we're looking forward to that as well. We're going to step aside here on Central Illinois Sports. We'll have the national anthem performed by the United States Army Band and Choir. When we come back, we'll have a look at the Farm and Home Supply starting lineups. That comes your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Hey guys, it's James and Todd coming at you from Jersey's here. Hey, and it is a beautiful day outside.
Catch all the action at Jersey's in Camp Point. Fresh, made-to-order sandwiches, wraps, horseshoes. Check out our brisket bacon burger, our Nashville hot chicken. Fried chicken every Thursday night. Enjoy an afternoon on the patio or catch a game on one of our 7 TVs. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Todd, you got some beers for us?
Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment.
We love beer!
Ice cold draft beer, unmatched craft selection, and signature drinks. Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Welcome back on Central Illinois Sports. Just about time to meet our starting lineup. Starting lineups are sponsored by Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. Visit the location nearest you. For this afternoon's starting lineups and play-by-play, here's Brian Shoemaker.
Starting for the Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes, Garrett White squad with a record of 19-6. Keenan Elliott and Keaton Ward on the bench alongside. Starts like this. At one guard, a 5'9 junior. Number 3 is Wyatt Lipkman. At the other guard, his twin brother, a 5'8 junior, Lane Lipkman. In the forward position, a 6'4 junior, number 15, Dane McAllister. A third guard for Griggsville-Perry, a 5'11 sophomore. Number 23 is Garrett Woodward. And on the swing forward guard position, a 6'2 junior, number 25, Michael Myers. Lipkman, McAllister, Woodward, and Myers for the 19-6 Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes. Starting 5 for the Camp Point Central Panthers, James Barnett at the helm along with Hunter Stockton on the bench. Their lineup for the 20-4 team looks like this. At one guard, a 6-foot junior. Number 3 is Nick Moore. At guard, a 5'11 senior. Number 4 is Briar Wiskirchen. At one guard, a 5'8 junior. Number 24 is Drew Paben. In the forward positions, a 6'2 senior. Number 32 is Isaac Genenbacher. And inside the middle, the 6'5 junior. Number 44 is Carter Eiler. Moore, Wiskirchen, Paben, Genenbacher, and Eiler for the 20-4 Camp Point Central Panthers.
Well, we're excited for this one here this afternoon. Excited that you've chosen to spend some of your afternoon with us here on Central Illinois Sports, and really looking forward to what could be a fantastic high school basketball matchup this afternoon. Our tip-off is brought to you by Trucks LLC. For all of your diesel repair needs, it's Trucks, T-R-U-X, Trucks. Give them a call, 217-922-0044. They're operating out of their new building in the Industrial Park in Pittsfield. It's not completely finished, but they can still serve you as well with mobile units for all of your diesel repair needs. Trucks.
Genenbacher and McAllister tip off in the center circle. Camp Point Central wins the tip here, and we're live on Central Illinois Sports. Basketball goes to Paben to start things off here. Kick it back up at center court as they work it around the perimeter. The 2-3 zone, the signature defense here of Griggsville-Perry on hand again to start this basketball contest. Basketball worked over to Wiskirchen in the corner. A couple of dribbles. Now a nice interior pass to Genenbacher. Shots up no good, and a rebound by Carter Eiler. He'll get the second chance put back, and Central is on the lead 2-0 here with 30 seconds down in the first quarter. Really nice start there and a nice interior pass to find Genenbacher to really break down that zone. Tornadoes now with their first offensive possession here today. They work it on the right side to Wyatt Lipkman. Tornadoes will quickly work it around the perimeter. It's a man-to-man look here for Camp Point Central.
Not surprising, really, defensively by either squad. Both kind of do what they do.
Yes. Back over to the right side now to Garrett Woodward, who started to see some starting role minutes here in about the past 2 weeks. They try to get it down into Myers. He gets caught underneath the basket, has to kick it out and get a release valve. Tries to get it to Wyatt Lipkman. It'll be a turnover on GP in their first of the basketball game. Not a bad look to find Myers underneath. He really didn't see it coming, Charlie, and got caught trapped underneath the basket by the big 6'5 man.
Yeah, I thought it was a good look from the sophomore Woodward that time. Just maybe not having quite that continuity, as Woodward didn't see a ton of minutes early on in this season.
3-ball on the way, up and good. 3-ball is good for Nick Moore, and it's quick 5-0 lead as they capitalize off of the turnover. Griggsville-Perry quickly back on the attack now. This is Myers with the basketball, works it around the top of the key to Lipkman, now to Woodward. Guarded out by Wiskirchen on the right wing. Tornadoes overloaded on the right side. You'll see Flint Kirk check in on the next dead ball for GP as Lane Lipkman tries to work around the top of the perimeter. Here comes Myers driving through. He'll kick out now to Wyatt Lipkman. You'll see this 3-man weave, and often here from Griggsville-Perry as McAllister's going to get one up and down. First 2 points for Dane McAllister makes it a 5-2 lead. 6:07 here on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. GP trying to throw that three-quarter press out. Camp Point gets through it rather quickly. 3-ball from Wiskirchen's no good and rebounded by McAllister. This is what Griggsville likes to do. They want to get the rebound. They want to get in transition and quickly move to try and score an attack. Wyatt Lipkman with the basketball pulls it back out to the volleyball line as GP gets in a half-court set. McAllister picks for Lane Lipkman on the roll. They get it back to McAllister up off the back of the glass. No good, and rebound comes down to Wiskirchen. He quickly pushes down into the corner. This is Moore. Drives in the baseline up and with the right hand is good for Nick Moore. He's got 2 more, give him 5 points. It's a 7-2 lead. 5:30 left to go here on a nice move from Nick Moore.
Yeah, you got to like what Moore did there. Could have settled for the 3 from the corner, which he's good at, but got to the rim for the high percentage shot.
Griggsville-Perry back down on the offensive end. Here's a tip away from Moore. He's going to get the steal. It'll be a turnover on GP. Finds Genenbacher on the nice dandy layup, and Garrett White wants to talk it over. On the Northwestern Mutual replay, you'll get to see here the steal and the dime. We're going to take you to break. It's a 9-2 lead for Camp Point as they get the transition steal in the bucket. Genenbacher with the layup, and they've got the lead.
Once or twice a year, I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah.
What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
Tornadoes take the timeout after the turnover in the basket for Central. It's a 9-2 lead here with 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. A little jump trap here from the Panthers now as they get it over to McAllister on the right wing. Back up to Myers now. Lane Lipkeman on the pop out, drives in, gives it to McAllister baseline, nothing there. He takes a couple of dribbles. It's tipped away from Genenbacher, and the officials say that'll be a Camp Point Central basketball. And Charlie, that's something the Panthers do really well. They get their hands in the passing lanes, and they're very pesky about getting their hands on the basketball when you got it.
Then McAllister going to take a tear Eli White in, and this is about as bad of a start for Griggsville-Perry as they could have hoped for. 3
turnovers already, a couple of baskets off of those turnovers for the Panthers. Here they come with a three-quarter court pressure. Wiskirchen with the basketball, now gets it to Genenbacher, top of the key. He'll drive into the lane, running shot with the right hand is good. Genenbacher with the basket, give him 4 points now on the day. Tornadoes quickly trying to get something going here on the offensive end. They trail by 9 early in the first. Myers' 3-ball on the way off the back of the rim is no good, and that rebound comes down into the hands of Pabin. Pabin quickly pushing, nice drive down to Eiler. 3-ball from Moore in the corner is good for Nick Moore. Knocks it down from 19-9, and it's 8 points for Moore, 14 for the Camp Point Central Panthers, and Garrett White's going to take another timeout. On the Northwestern Mutual replay, the dandy passing and the fantastic shooting of Camp Point has them out to a 12-point lead here in the first.
When I'm driving in my car with my family, I've got 2 kids and a wife, and 4 of us are driving a car, we literally get excited when we see a dot truck. It's actually a sense of pride.
Why I would encourage anyone to work a dot. We take care of each other.
The company continues to grow and expand.
That to me is what brings me to work every day and that I enjoy.
Diversity, culture, family, all of those things. If you want them, you should be a dot.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Back with live action here from Camp Point Central High School. The Panthers lead 14-2 over Griggsville-Perry. We're not even 4 minutes into the basketball game yet.
It's a lot of points, Brian.
It's a lot of points and a lot of great shooting so far from Camp Point. Griggsville's got to find a way to answer. This is Myers on the right wing. Kicks it now up to Wyatt Lipkeman. Tries to drive through the zone. Gives it back out to Myers. Myers' 3-ball no good. The rebound comes down to Wyatt Lipkeman. Myers tries to drive through double traffic. Has to get rid of it quickly as they move it back around the perimeter. They find it into Eli White. He's guarded by Eiler. Nice little dish down into Lipkeman. He's got nowhere to go with it. And they say that's going to be an offensive foul on Eli White on the hook, or 3 seconds in the lane, excuse me.
I think you just called it 3 seconds there as they just play on. No foul with 3:42 to play in the first. But he got another Griggsville-Perry turnover.
4th turnover already here against the Tornadoes. Panthers quickly moving it down to their end of the court. This is Wiskirchen. Nice dish down into Eiler, and he'll be fouled on the floor, and it appears that's going to go by the way of Michael Myers.
Myers will pick up his first, team first. Ball out of bounds to Camp Point Central underneath. Here comes Dane McAllister back into the game. He will replace Eli White. On the other side, Gavin Blewett comes into the contest for the first time, the 6'2 junior, and replaces Carter Eiler for Central.
Genenbacher will be the inbounds man, 2-3 zone from Griggsville-Perry as they quickly tap it into Wiskirchen, and he knocks it down. Briar Wiskirchen gets his first triple of the ball game. It is a 17-2 lead here, and Charlie, just 3:20 left in the first quarter. Griggsville-Perry's desperate for some answers.
Well, Camp Point Central is shooting a lot of open shots right now, and that is not what this Griggsville-Perry defense is about. They like to pressure you.
Almost lose the basketball there. Wyatt Lipkeman able to recover, gets it to Dane McAllister at the volleyball line. Myers drives in, has to get rid of it now. Back to McAllister. Picks it up at the free throw line. This is Lane Lipkeman driving through. Picks it up at the block. Tries to kick it over to Wyatt, and that's going to be the 5th turnover against Griggsville-Perry. And there's no pretty way to say it. There's nothing going right for the Tornadoes as Woodward's going to check back in.
Yeah, there's just no flow right now from the Tornadoes on either end of the court, and this is a bad opponent to have this type of a day against because Camp Point Central is pretty relentless on both ends.
Well, the big thing to think about here, Charlie, their guard defense is so very good as now Moore knocks down another three. He's got 11 in the first half, and it's a 20-2 lead for Camp Point Central. 2:40 left to go here in the first period. Wyatt Lipkeman now on the left side, tries to drive in, guarded by Paben, and now Paben will get called for the block.
Paben's first, team first, and it'll be ball out of bounds here for Griggsville-Perry. Paben, a tough guy to drive against, though. He's a guy that's frustrated a lot of people this season with his defense.
Big crowd piling in here now as we're just getting started underway. There's a big crowd over in the corner waiting to find seats. This is a full house here today for mini camp cheerleading day. McAllister with the basketball now gets it over to Woodward on the left side. He's going to try and drive in against Moore, and he almost loses the basketball, and now it looks like it might be a foul against Camp Point Central.
Could be Paben again. If it is, he'll pick up his second, and he will. John Shepard tells us. His second, team second. Off the bench, Elijah Genenbacher, the sophomore, comes in for Paben. We see Lane Lipkeman returned for the Tornadoes, replacing Flint Kirk.
And how do you know who the Genenbacher boys are, Charlie? They've got the wild blondish hair. Pretty easy to pick out. Lane Lipkeman with the basketball, trying to drive into the lane. Nothing there. They work it over to the right side to McAllister. He's guarded by Blewett.
You look at Elijah Genenbacher playing the defense right now on Lipkeman. He was the leading tackler on the football team as a sophomore. He can flat get after it.
Another turnover now. It's going to be the 6th of the half here against Griggsville-Perry. Wiskirchen now kicks it back out. This is Moore again. He's got the hot hand, but not that time. The rebound comes down to Myers, and here come the Tornadoes. Works it over to the left side. Now Myers with the basketball. Tries to go around Genenbacher. Nothing there. 1:45 left to go here in the opening frame. Tornadoes are down by 18. They give it back up to Lane Lipkeman. Griggsville will reset here as now he brings it back to the top Panther head. Woodward with the pick. They work it over to the right side to Wyatt Lipkeman. Streaking through the lane as Myers goes up high. Almost tipped away from Blewett. Nothing there. Rebound comes down to Genenbacher. This is Moore with it. Moore goes up, and they say that's going to be a charge foul on Moore as Wyatt Lipkeman able to get the foul call.
So Moore steps or drives in. Wyatt Lipkeman hangs in and takes the charge here, as we'll see it on the Northwestern Mutual replay presented by Sheila Davidsmeyer and her Northwestern Mutual team at Pittsfield. Nice job by Lipkeman to stand in and take the harm there.
What they talked about early, you said they were talking about toughness, and that's just an example of it, Charlie, as now the Tornadoes get the basketball on the Panthers' first turnover. Tipped away now from Genenbacher. It's another steal. That's the 7th for GP. They get it now to Blewett. Blewett up with the left hand. No good. And rebound comes down to Dane McAllister. Woodward with the basketball. Just over a minute left here in the opening period. Tornadoes trying to capitalize now as they get it to Myers. Thought about the three ball. Took a couple of dribbles and gives it away to Lane Lipkeman. Stops and pops from the left elbow. Off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound comes down to Isaac Genenbacher. Wiskirchen with the basketball now. Griggsville-Perry still in the 2-3 zone. 40 seconds left to go here in the first period. Almost tipped away from Woodward.
Are you surprised to see the Tornadoes still in that zone?
Well, it's their signature defense, Charlie. We don't see them steer away from it too often. So not necessarily is Eli White's going to pick up the foul.
White picks up the foul, his first team second. 28 seconds to play in the first. Here comes Wyatt Lipkeman back in. Woodward sits down for GP, as they've mustered just 2 points here in this first period.
Not the start for a team that can be very, very streaky, as now Moore fires up one from the top of the key. Just can't miss today. Make it 14 in the first quarter for Nick Moore. It's a 23-2 lead here for Camp Point. Lane Lipkeman now back to McAllister at the volleyball line. 15 seconds, he's guarded out by Blewett. Tries to dribble around now, he's got to get rid of it, as now Genenbacher's going to get his hands in it. Nice move by Elijah Genenbacher, and that's going to be a turnover on GP. It'll be their 8th.
And that time Dane just got caught in a bad spot. He just couldn't get out of there, and a very aggressive play by the sophomore Elijah Genenbacher. He'll take a chair as Paben's back in on the offensive attack here for Camp Point Central.
8.1 seconds left here. Clock ticking away in the first period. Paben with the basketball guarded by Lane Lipkeman. 3 seconds. 2. Somebody's got to get rid of it. It's Wiskirchen on the left wing. Off the back of the irons. No good. We've played one quarter. It's been all Camp Point as the Panthers lead 23-2. We'll be back with second quarter play-by-play in 60 seconds.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Farmers, are you looking for high-yield genetics to help the bottom line on your farm? Contact Lipkeman Seed Sales for high-yielding A-Series soybeans from Pioneer. We have the luxury right now to be offering the highest-yielding soybean lineup Pioneer has offered in 30 years. Couple that with a service that is second to none, and you have a winning combination for your farm. For corn, check out the results of the National Corn Growers Yield Contact and see who's at the top. Maybe today is a good day to revisit Pioneer corn hybrids as well. Contact Aaron, Evan, and Brett today for high-yielding A-Series soybeans from Pioneer. Go Eagles!
Well, ready to start second quarter action, and Camp Point Central has been pretty dominant in every facet in this one. They lead 23-2 over Griggsville-Perry here as we start the second quarter, as the Panthers were 9 of 13 from the floor, 5 of 7 from 3. Griggsville-Perry just hits one shot, 1 of 5 from the floor, and turnovers a problem in the first for the Tornadoes.
It'll be GP basketball here to begin the second frame. Brian Shoemaker, Charlie Hull, John Hall bringing the action here live on Central Illinois Sports. Lipkeman picks it up now at the free throw line, tries to get it to McAllister, tosses it over his head. That's the 9th turnover against GP as Woodward will check back in. And Charlie, these are not necessarily passes that Griggsville is prone to make, these throwaways, but you've got to credit a little bit of this to the Camp Point Central defense.
Yeah, Central's defense, they're deceptively good on the defensive side. It doesn't look like they're really trying because they're just, quite honestly, just that good athletes.
Genenbacher with the basketball, now back out to Wiskirchen. Dribbles through 2 defenders. Nice little dish down into Blewett. He's got to get rid of it. Gets it back to now Genenbacher. He'll put it up and good. It's going to be the chance for the three-point play for Elijah Genenbacher on the dandy pass on the baseline.
Foul is on the Tornadoes. That's Michael Myers, his second, team third, and a nice strong finish by the sophomore. As you'll see it here on the replay, presented by Northwestern Mutual, as Elijah Genenbacher. Good shot fake, got the man in the air, and finishes for 2. He'll also get the and 1 with the free throw.
Elijah Genenbacher's got 3 points now. It's a 25-2 lead here for Camp Point. McAllister with the basketball, takes a couple of dribbles now. You've got Myers streaking on the baseline, nothing there as Woodward drives in and just loses his footing and he travels. Another turnover against Griggsville-Perry, their 10th, and goodness gracious, just not a lot going the way of the Tornadoes. Genenbacher will be the inbounds man with full court pressure coming from GP. They get it back now into the backcourt to Moore. He tosses it quickly up to Isaac Genenbacher. Elijah with it now on the right side as GP tries to extend this 2-3 just a little bit. Genenbacher pops out after flashing in the high elbow. Nothing there as Wiskirchen comes through the lane. 7 minutes to go here in the first half, and they say that'll be a turnover on Camp Point as now Myers was able to get his hands in on it. Second turnover against the Panthers.
Just underway here in the second period, 26-2. That is, I thought it was 26 a moment ago. They were late to put that free throw up, so I thought I had missed one. 24-point lead, Brian. Wow.
Driving in his lane, Lipkeman gets it stripped away. Now turnover against GP, their 11th. Here comes Genenbacher. Drives through, kisses it out to Blewett. Blewett with a nice move up and off the glass, and it's good. Blewett's going to get the and 1 opportunity on the wonderful play.
And Myers is going to pick up his 3rd foul now, team 4th. And things just go from bad to worse here for the Tornadoes as Garrett White is about as frustrated as you're going to see him be. He's clearing the bench here as you see the nice finish by Gavin Blewett. Blewett's one of those guys, Brian, that, quite honestly, he was a good football player for the team. A guy that probably could have been the starting quarterback if it wasn't for Nick Moore. A guy that probably could be a starting forward if it wasn't for, some other guys who are just ahead of him. But, man, what a nice piece to have off the bench.
Well, you talk about a guy like Blewett, Charlie, when you've got some really nice standout players around you, when you're kind of that second-tier guy, it makes you a little more confident to try and take some chances like that. He did and got the opportunity and picked up the foul in the bucket. This is Kirk now with the basketballs. He gets it over to Woodward. It's been a big line change here as you've got Braden Lister into the ball game along with Logan Fenzik and Wade Lipkeman for Griggsville-Perry. Lipkeman now in the short corner streaking through is Fenzik. He tries to toss it around on the baseline. It gets Lister's hands. He almost loses it and has to toss it back off of Moore to keep it into the Tornadoes' hands. It's a 28-2 lead here. 6:10 left to go here in the second period.
Well, here's the thing. If you're Griggsville-Perry, then nobody's going to sit here and feel bad for you, so you might as well just keep playing in this one. And even with these younger guys, this is an opportunity for you to show Coach, hey, this is the type of minutes I want to gain by what I can do against this very good Camp Point Central squad.
Woodward with the basketball now, trying to drive past Genenbacher. He's at the volleyball line, has to pick it back up, and they say Genenbacher will get the body check foul.
So Elijah Genenbacher with the foul, his first, team fourth. Ball out of bounds to the Tornadoes on the sideline here.
Logan Fensick will be the inbounds man, as there are still people filing in here, and we've still got 6 minutes to half. There's people still just getting here. Ball goes errant out of bounds. It goes into the backcourt as Woodward will be able to chase it down. He picks it up 80 feet away from the basket. Gets it now to Kirk. He'll toss it back to Woodward now to get it back in the hands of a ball handler.
Good hit of the cross.
Genenbacher guarding him now as Fensick pops out. Tries to toss it now to Wade Lipkeman. Lipkeman up from 6 feet, no good. Goes down into the hands of Kirk. Flint Kirk with the second chance bucket. Give him 2 points, and the Tornadoes finally get another 2 on the board. It is 28-4 here with 5:33 left to go on the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Blewett now tosses out to Genenbacher. They work it around the perimeter. Nice movement by Camp Point Central. Shot up from Genenbacher, no good. That was Isaac Genenbacher. Rebound to Blewett. Moore with another 3 off the rim, no good. Tipped by Wade Lipkeman and goes into the hands of Fensick for the rebound. They quickly get it down. That's Braden Lister wearing number 20. Woodward with the basketball. Tries to drive past the pick from Flint Kirk. They get it into Wade Lipkeman. Lipkeman shot up, no good off the back of the iron. Goes down to the hands of Isaac Genenbacher for the rebound. Here come the Panthers. Moore with it to Wiskirchen. 4:54 left as they get it inside. Kick it back out to Blewett. Cross-court pass over to Wiskirchen now as the Panthers playing a little fancy passing game here as Wiskirchen's 3 is no good. Goes down to the hands of Blewett. He'll quickly get it back up and in. Gavin Blewett gets 2 more. He's got 4 points on the day. It's a 30-4 lead here for the Panthers.
Griggsville-Perry's got to really clamp down. Central's been able to get that ball in the high post about any time they wanted to, which should not be possible against this zone, that easily anyway.
Wade Lipkeman with the basketball now, gets it out to Woodward. They'll toss it back into Wade at the short corner. They find Flint Kirk flashing in. He goes up with the right hand, tosses around, and Flint Kirk, Charlie, is a nice basketball player who you wish sometimes could get a few more touches, and you wish he was about 4 inches taller.
I just like his confidence. We saw him at the Winchester tournament. He was kind of tentative offensively. He really went to his moves there that he can do. This kid's a good player.
Good player, got some good family genes when it comes to basketball in his blood. 3 ball on the way from Moore, no good. Comes down into the hands of Logan Fensick, and here come the Tornadoes. Fensick loses it now as he gets double-teamed in the backcourt. Woodward pushes it across the timeline to Lister. 3:45 left to go here. It's a 30-6 lead. Wade Lipkeman thought about the 3 ball, gets rid of it to Woodward. He drives down on the left side. Up and off the glass is good for Woodward. He's got his first 2 of the basketball game. It's a 30-8 lead for Camp Point Central.
These youngsters for Griggsville-Perry showing they are fearless out there. Camp Point Central, it's hard to be critical of a team who's up 30-8, but they need to quit just settling for the first open 3 they get.
Gets it into Genenbacher. Nice stop and pop from about 10 feet from Isaac Genenbacher. He's got 6 on the night. It's a 32-8 lead.
Same spot that we were talking about. There's a soft spot in that zone. It's Kirk misses a layup now and the rebound down to Blewett. But a soft spot in that zone, and Central's gotten the ball there anytime they wanted to. Nice job by Kirk as he hustles back, gets the pass deflection, and a turnover on Central is their 3rd.
Tornadoes now on the attack, trying to capitalize on the miscue from Camp Point Central. 3 minutes left to go here in the half. We'll break it all down for you on the Little Jess halftime show. Woodward with the basketball up to Wade Lipkeman at the top of the key. Fensick looked for it, was nothing there. Now it's going to be a steal away from Genenbacher. Genenbacher's going to go up one-handed with a flush. A big play for Genenbacher. Give him 8 on the night, and no more emphatic than that one. And it's going to be a timeout for the...
Just a turnover, it
oh,
looks
just a
like
turnover,
here.
Excuse me.
Brian, you're going to want to see that one again. Genenbacher so fast it took John a second to catch up, but he got there for the slam. On the Northwestern Mutual replay. 2:40 to play in this first half.
Turnover on the Tornadoes gives them a dozen here in the first half. That's never going to win you many ball games, regardless of what team you are. As now we've got Little Camp kids getting their way onto the court, too. They want to try and throw up a 3. Paben with the basketball now over to Wiskirchen on the left side. Both Genenbacher and Eiler moving in the lane. They get it into Eiler. He goes up against Fensick. Nice defense by Fensick. Now gets stripped away by Kirk. He's got to get it back out into play. Driving baseline is Moore. Another dandy dish from Moore to Eiler. Moore gets the dime. Eiler gets the bucket. 4 points for Carter Eiler. It's 36-8 here with 2:12 left to go. Woodward with the errant throw and the acrobatic shot. Give Garrett Woodward 2 more. He's got 4 on the day. It's 36-10 as we're trading buckets here in the late part of the first half. Paben was trying to dribble, gets tripped away from Woodward, and it's going to go out of bounds. It'll remain Camp Point basketball with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, or not the first quarter, the first half. Games move fast enough, you don't know what time it is.
I like the way this current group of Griggsville-Perry players is playing, though. They're really playing hard, and they've found some success on the offensive side. That's the trap.
More drive in. That'll be Wiskirchen almost gets up the steps. Eiler picks it back up. He doesn't get the shot. Wiskirchen now throws it off of Fensick, and it'll remain basketball as Logan Fensick caught one there in a tough spot.
Yeah, a spot you don't want to catch the basketball for sure. He'll get a chance to catch his breath. We remind you about Bowler's Universe, open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer a great menu, burgers and fries, specialty pizzas, and a great offering of craft beers as well. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowler's Universe in Pittsfield.
Maybe I'll talk the wife into going there tonight. We've got date night after this one, Charlie. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We got to find somewhere to eat. Genenbacher with the basketball now as Paben flashes through the lane. Nothing there. He gets it back up at the volleyball line as they work it across to the right side. Now this is Wiskirchen. Down to Paben in the corner. You've got Eiler in the short corner. Paben's got to get rid of it. Now they get it into Eiler on a very nice pass from Wiskirchen. A fancy pass from Wiskirchen to Eiler. Give 2 more for Carter Eiler. He's got 6 in the game. It's a 38-10 lead for Camp Point Central. Wade Lipkin with the basketball now over to Lister on the right side. Tosses it back to Flint Kirk. Kirk takes a few dribbles with it, guarded by Eilers. Now Eli White's got it. Definitely not the spot Eli White needs the basketball. Lister with it now, flashing is Woodward. Picks it up, goes up with the left hand. Nice move by Garrett Woodward. Can't get it to go down and picks up now. The rebound comes into Eiler. This is Moore now. He's had a hot hand in the first half as they get it back to Paben. He'll take a 3 ball from just a little extended. No good. Rebound comes down to Nick Moore. He'll take another 3, and it goes nowhere. Nothing there that time, but Genenbacher with the hustle play. It's going to be a third chance opportunity here for Camp Point with 33 seconds left. And James Barnett says, let's just hold it here for 1 if we can.
Well, in this group of Griggsville-Perry players, a lot of these guys, we talked about those shortened JV games. This is about as extended of a minutes as they've had so far in the season. You can tell they're just a little tired.
They play a lot of running clock halves on those JV games for Griggsville-Perry this season, Charlie. So you're right, a lot of time here and a lot of stoppages, something they're just not quite used to. 10 seconds left to go here as Camp Point's got it. Genenbacher cross-court pass now is a nice entry pass from Moore to Genenbacher, and that's about as pretty as it's going to be to end the first half. And that's going to wrap it up. It's a 40-10 lead as the last 3 is no good. We've played 2 quarters. It's been all Camp Point here on the Dandy. Wrap-up play on the half as we reach the Little Jess halftime show. Genenbacher with the lob, and Camp Point is up 40-10. We'll break it down for you on the Little Jess halftime show coming up here in a couple of minutes.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect. If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is a 40-10 lead here at halftime as Camp Point Central has, had things their way in this first half against Griggsville-Perry. And Brian, really from the word go, it's just been all Central.
Well, and a lot of that, Charlie, you've got to credit to their defense. The Tornadoes have committed 12 turnovers here in the first half, and Camp Point's been able to convert a few of those into some points that's really made this a 30-point deficit here at halftime. Just 3 turnovers for Camp Point Central in the first half. 4 fouls committed in the first half for Griggsville-Perry. 3 of those come to Michael Myers, 1 to Eli White. On the Panthers side, they've committed 4 fouls, 1 to Nick Moore, 2 to Drew Pabin, and 1 to Elijah Genenbacher. And that's just part of the story here, Charlie, is it's been all Camp Point here in the first half.
Little Jess Motors is our halftime sponsor. You'll find them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy, right across from Quincy High School. Your transportation experts at Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com. We'll have a look at the rest of your halftime stats on the Little Jess Motor halftime show next on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at No. 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Back with you on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 40-10 lead at the halftime break here for Camp Point Central for Griggsville-Perry. Halftime stats are brought to you in part by the Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper. They have been serving Pike County since 1991. You can check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you.
Break down halftime scoring here for the Camp Point Central Panthers. 40 on the board. They break it down like this. Nick Moore had the hot hand with 14 points to lead the Panthers in the first half. Briar Wiskirk knocked down a three-pointer for 3 points. Gavin Blewett's got 4 on the first half. Isaac Ginnenbacher with 10. Elijah Ginnenbacher has 3. And Carter Eiler has 6. Panthers have shot 16 of 28 in the first half, 5 of 12 from behind the arc, and 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. On the opposite side for Griggsville-Perry, just 5 of 11, Charlie, just 11 attempts in the first half. And that's really the story here. We talk about whether Camp Point Central is shooting the basketball well or not. They've allowed Griggsville to only take 11 shots in the first half, whether it was a 3 or a 2 or whatever. Griggsville-Perry 0 of 2 from behind the arc, and that's where they've really shut them down, Charlie. We've seen this Griggsville-Perry squad take as many as 19 or 20 three-pointers in the first half. And they've only shot 2, and that's really kind of the bread and butter to get their offense going.
Yeah, just nothing going right for this Griggsville-Perry squad, and you know, you don't want to take anything away from Camp Point Central. It's a very good basketball team. I think they're playing very well defensively, as you talked about, but GP just looks completely out of sync today. I don't know why, what the rhyme or reason is, and maybe there isn't anything other than it's just not their day, but they're going to want to come out in this second half, and, you know, when you're down 30, Brian, it's probably tough to imagine you're going to come back and win a game, but you've got a lot left to prove here in this next 16 minutes.
Garrett Woodward has 4 points to lead the Tornadoes. Dane McAllister, Logan Finsick, and Flint Kirk each have 2. And you're absolutely right, Charlie. This is a team that still has to get ready and come back to play South County on Tuesday night. And, of course, you talked about those regional seeds. Those are actually not due until noon on Thursday. So what this also means is that the Pittsfield game is going to count into this as well. So you've really got to kind of find some momentum here in the second half. Get yourself reset. You know, a coach that I used to know a long time ago had a miserable loss one night to the Pittsfield Sockies. And you probably remember this story a little bit as well, Charlie. They took a basketball and buried it, and they said, we're going to forget about this game forever and ever. And this might be one of those games that Garrett White comes back to practice on Monday and decides to bury a basketball.
Yeah, you might need to get a shovel because this one has not been what we've come to expect from the Tornadoes for sure. This is a basketball team that's won 19 games.
Won 19 basketball games, and like we said, they've played some great games against West Central. We've seen them play very well against, you know, Jacksonville Route for a good 2.5 to 3 quarters. They went up against a really tough West Central squad last night and was able to put a few things together.
They played the Central squad in the 3rd and 4th place game to a competitive basketball game.
Right. I mean, this is a team, again, they've won 2 tournaments, which means you've got to win at least 3 games in a week. They beat Triopia at Triopia to win the Triopia tournament. They beat what is pretty well known to be a fairly good Lovejoy team that just scored 120 points in a triple overtime game last night to win the North Green tournament. Again, we like this Tornado squad a lot. There's a lot to like about them, but some days just aren't your day, Charlie, and for GP, this might be one of them.
We're going to step aside here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Get set for the second half next on Central Illinois Sports.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852. The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
We appreciate you spending your afternoon with us on Central Illinois Sports. It's Camp Point Central with a 30-point lead at the halftime break, and the Panthers, as fair goes. Brian will have the ball to start the second half.
Charlie, we see we get right here the second half. You want to think about some new sponsors we've got on board. Of course, we appreciate all of the guys who help contribute to us financially, making it to all of these ball games. It takes a lot of the sponsors you do, so we remember you. Buy local, shop local, spend local when you can. We appreciate everybody that helps make this a wonderful thing to do here during the basketball season for Central Illinois sports. It's going to be Camp Point Central basketball as it's going to be starters back on the floor for both sides as now CPC works it back over to Wiskirchen on the left wing. Tries to throw it into Eiler. Nice little double team from GP. GP comes out with a little more fire defensively now. 3-ball on the way from Moore off the glass, no good, and Genenbacher's going to get it. Second chance here for the Panthers. It's going to be a turnover now for Camp Point Central. It's just going to be their fourth of the basketball game as now Lipkeman goes in. He gets swatted away from Genenbacher. It'll go out of bounds, but it'll be Tornadoes basketball. And a nice 30 seconds of defensive hustle there from GP, Charlie, to start this thing off.
Yeah, this group of guys, they saw a lot of time on the bench there at the end of the half, and they've come out with a little more fire in their belly, you can tell.
McAllister goes up with it. He's going to get fouled by Eiler, and McAllister will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
It'll be the first free throws of the day here for Griggsville-Perry. Eiler picks up his first, team first, and Dane McAllister to the free throw line to shoot 2. 7:26 to play in the third. The junior McAllister's first one is up and good. Real Met and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Reel at Real Met and Twine.
Second free throw is good for McAllister. He's got 4 on the day. That's just the first free throws of the afternoon for Griggsville-Perry. And Charlie, that's another thing that GP likes to do. It's a lot of penetration, dribble drives to the basket, draw fouls, and get to the free throw line, and they're very good free throw shooters. So this, again, we talk about this central defense and something they've got to been able to shut down on GP is now Genenbacher gets another 2, give him a dozen on the day. 42-12 ball game here, 1 minute to go into the first half. Wyatt Lipkeman now gives it over to Myers down on the left corner. There's a flashing Lane Lipkeman through the lane. He gets underneath in the basket. Kick out to McAllister from 10 feet is no good. Comes down to Isaac Genenbacher. Paven with the basketballs. He'll bring it across the time stripe for CPC. Still a lot of fans here today, even though after mini cheer camp just closed down. Genenbacher whips it around to Moore, now to Eiler in the short corner. Wiskirchen, 3-ball on the way is good. Briar Wiskirchen knocks down his second triple of the ball game. He's got 6. It's 45-12, Camp Point Central. Biggest lead of the ball game today, and that's saying something because it's been a big lead for the Panthers since the start. Woodward with the basketball, drives baseline against Wiskirchen, finds McAllister wide open at the block. Woodward gets the dime. McAllister gets the 2 points, give him 6 on the day. It's 45-14 as GP starting to find a little flow here. They get it to Eiler on the lob from Moore. Carter Eiler gets 2 more as the teams trade baskets. Eiler's got 8 points on the dime from Nick Moore. 47-14. McAllister driving in through double coverage, goes up over Eiler off the rim, no good. Rebound comes to Genenbacher. He'll quickly push down the floor on the right side to Moore. Moore goes around Myers. Underneath the basket, has to get rid of it. Now a quick pass into Eiler, kicks it back out. Genenbacher's three is no good. Woodward gets the rebound. GP now pushing back on the attack as they kick it over to Woodward on the left wing. Myers wanted the basketball inside. They couldn't get it to him. Wyatt Lipman on the right side. GP overloaded on the left as Woodward flashes through. Now Myers nothing there, and they'll work it back to the left side. Flashing through now, Wyatt Lipman. They can't get him the basketball. This Panther defense, Charlie, just tenacious interior-wise, and that's what really is shutting Griggsville-Perry down this afternoon as Wyatt Lipman goes up. He'll get the layup attempt up and misses, but he gets fouled and will go to the line.
Lipman heads to the stripe for the first time on the day. That foul whistled against Camp Point Central's Drew Pavin, his third. Team second of the second half, and Lipman to the free throw line with 5:19 to play in the third. His first one is up and off the back of the iron. No good. Moose Lodge 420. Hey, check them out for their comedy night coming up March 4th. The late night show sold out. That means the early show. Better get those tickets while they last. Stop by the Moose Lodge on West Washington Street in Pittsfield.
Neither free throw good. Genenbacher brings the rebound down. And, yesterday when they played West Hancock double-teamed Wyatt Lipman. And you don't very often see a 5'8" basketball player get double-teamed, but that's what the Titans did against the Griggsville-Perry backcourt, and it just speaks to the player that Wyatt Lipman's kind of become here as he's really become kind of the leader of this squad. Back over to Wiskirchen now on the left side as they kick it down to Genenbacher. Pavin flashes through the elbow, nothing there, but he'll get it on the left side. Now they give it to Moore, who gets it at the elbow. 4:47 left to go. Cross-court pass to Wiskirchen down in the corner. Still in the zone defense is Griggsville-Perry as Eiler tries to get it in the block. Cross-court pass over to Moore. Eiler flashes high, nothing there as Genenbacher has it. Wiskirchen top three ball in the right wing, no good. Lane Lipman came down with it. Wiskirchen got his hands on it and it knocks it out of bounds. It'll be Camp Point Central basketball and the hustle play from Briar Wiskirchen.
Wiskirchen's kind of an X factor for this team. You kind of know what you get out of Moore and Genenbacher on most days, but man, if you can get Wiskirchen and Pavin on the scoring side and then Eiler to pick up, those 6 or 8 points a game, this team is rather tough.
Moore with the basketball, now up to Genenbacher, quickly works it over to Pavin. Genenbacher flashes down to the block, now they try to get it into him, tipped away from McAllister. Quick cross-course pass over to Wiskirchen, now back up to Moore as Eiler comes to set the pick. This is Pavin, three ball from the left wing off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Carter Eiler. He'll give it a second chance for the Panthers with 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Nice play by Myers. It'll be a turnover on Camp Point Central. Their fifth on the hustle play from Myers as he's able to tip it away. Griggsville-Perry trying to capitalize. They get it to Myers quickly into the left block. Up with the right hand is good. Myers gets the steal and Myers gets the bucket. His first two of the afternoon. It's 47-16. Griggsville-Perry with full court pressure now. Pavin over to Wiskirchen on the left side. Panthers got to get it across the time stripe, and they do as they get it to Eiler. This is Moore in the corner, almost double team. Now he'll pull it back out. Genenbacher thought about trying to get it, tossed his hands up, and they said not that time. 3:25 to go. Genenbacher top of the key over to Pavin on the left side. Pavin drives in, nothing there, and now they work into the corner. This is Wiskirchen on the baseline. Nice little dish to Eiler. Eiler goes up with it. Count the bucket for Eiler. As Wiskirchen was able to drive baseline, found Eiler, and he gets the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Foul called on Wyatt Lipman. It is his first of the day, first team foul. Has a good finish at the hoop as they found Eiler once again, the 6'4" senior with the bucket. And he'll have the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity here, and it's no good.
No good. Eiler's got 10 on the afternoon as the rebound comes down to Myers. This is Wyatt Lipman with it now, gives it back to Myers. He'll drive, gets stopped at the free throw line, almost stolen away from Eiler. McAllister's got to get rid of it. He finds a release valve in Lane Lipman as he gets it back out to the time stripe with 3 minutes to go. It's 49-16. Camp Point Central all over Griggsville-Perry. Tries to toss it inside, gets tipped away. Now it's a turnover for GP, their 13th. Wiskirchen dishes it down to Eiler, goes off the back of Woodward though, but now Genenbacher able to pick it back up. Everything going right, including little plays like that for Camp Point Central as Flint Kirk will check in on the next dead ball. Genenbacher thought about the three, kicks it over to Pavin on the left side. This is a pick from Eiler. Now back to Moore. He'll fire another one up off the back of the iron. It's no good. And Genenbacher will get the foul called on him as he tried to go up over Wyatt Lipman.
So Genenbacher's first foul of the day, team third. Eiler sits down, blew it back into the game. We see Woodward take a chair as Flint Kirk returns for Griggsville-Perry.
GP trying to get a little more hustle here in the third quarter. I think we've seen it. So whatever happened at halftime during their halftime talk has apparently worked a little bit now, as they found 6 points here in the third quarter. They only had 10 in the first half. Wyatt Lipkeman with the basketball, gives it up at the Flint Kirk now at the volleyball line. Thinks about a dribble to the left side, instead goes back to the right. GP overloaded on the right side as Myers has the basketball. McAllister now as Lane Lipkeman streaks through the lane. Nothing there. Myers driving left side, picks it up, moves on the block, spin around, up with the right hand is good for Michael Myers. He's got 4 on the afternoon. It's 49-18 with just under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Pavin with the basketball, gets it into the center into Genenbacher. Now it's a scrum on the floor as Flint Kirk had his hands on it. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Griggsville-Perry as Flint Kirk gets in there. And I'll tell you what, Griggsville-Perry doesn't have a football program, but if they did, Charlie, Flint Kirk would be a pretty darn good football player.
Agreed. I think a nice play on this last play by Michael Myers as well. Got inside, spun back over to that left shoulder, and has his second basket of this second half.
Lane Lipkeman, with the basketball. Now Myers streaking through the lane again. Spin move with the right hand is no good. Rebound comes down to Wizkirchen. 1:30 left to go here in the third. 49-18 the lead for Camp Point Central. Pavin with it now over to Wizkirchen, guarded by Wyatt Lipkeman. Genenbacher at the free throw line, anxious for the basketball. They get it down now to Moore in the corner. And now they get it into Genenbacher at the left elbow. Kicks it right back out to Pavin. Picks it up at the free throw line. He's got to get rid of it. Wizkirchen now was going to be a dandy pass to Blewett, but Blewett turned around thinking the shot was coming. And now they say that'll still be off of Griggsville-Perry, and it'll remain Camp Point Central basketball. Changed direction on the way, got tipped off by somebody. Now they get it quickly into Blewett. Blewett up with the left hand and good as they find Blewett wide open. Give Blewett 6 points on the afternoon. It's 51-18 with just over a minute to go here in the third. Biggest lead again for the Panthers. Myers with the basketball now at the volleyball line. Man-to-man defense still for Camp Point Central. One-on-one is Lane Lipkeman going up against Moore. Nice move with the left hand, and he'll get swatted by Moore, and Lane Lipkeman will go to the free throw line on the foul.
Moore will be called for the foul. It's his second, team foul number 4, and Lane Lipkeman to the free throw line. And Camp Point Central has basically neutralized the Lipkeman's ability to drive much in this contest. That's where they get a lot of their points and a lot of open looks with their teammates. First free throw is up and good here from Lane Lipkeman.
First point of the day for Lane or Wyatt Lipkeman, and that is not something you get to say very often when you see a Tornadoes game here. Is now Lane Lipkeman's second free throw is up and good. Give him 2 on the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know officially.
It's a 51-20.
Yeah, I don't know officially, but Wyatt Lipkeman's got to be averaging close to 20 points a game. It's kind of unheard of that he wouldn't have a basket at all in the contest here in the waning seconds of the third.
Blewett with the basketball, double team now on the right side. He picks it up now. They've got hands all over it. Ball comes loose and it goes down into McAllister's hands. 6th turnover of the day for CPC. 25 seconds left to go. It'll be GP basketball to begin the fourth as Myers throws up a 3. It's no good, and Genenbacher comes down with the rebound. He quickly pushes now. Now Lipkeman tips it away as he was trying to find Blewett in transition. Turnover is number 7 for the Panthers. McAllister's layup try, no good, goes down to Wizkirchen. He quickly pushes now to Blewett. 7 seconds, 6, 5. Blewett drives in, he gets triple teamed, and he'll go up to the free throw line on the foul. We'll see who it's called on.
Referee tells us that's against Flint Kirk, his first of the day, team second, and Gavin Blewett to shoot 2 shots with 4.3 seconds to play in the third. 51-20 the lead for Central on the Trex LLC scoreboard, and the junior Blewett at the stripe for the first time on the day, and his first one is up and rolls off the rim, no good. Waters Concrete, they offer quality concrete work for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, sidewalks, anything with concrete. Waters Concrete, call Tim, 309-252-1052.
Not exactly sure what the theme is as Blewett's second free throw is no good. We've got a lot of guys over in aprons, barbecue aprons, as the 3 ball on the way from Lane Lipkeman is good. He'll knock it down and give the Tornadoes a little steam going into the fourth quarter. As Lane Lipkeman will knock it down, it's going to be a 51-23 lead here for Camp Point Central. We'll come back with fourth quarter play-by-play and more here in 60 seconds.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois. or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm at Farm and Home for essentials.
Did you find everything you need?
No, apparently not. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
No other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Back to fourth quarter action as we thank Farm and Home, one of our newest sponsors here on the Central Illinois Sports Broadcast. Stop by locations in Pittsfield, Quincy, and a whole lot more for all of your outdoor and farm and home needs. Shooting through three quarters, Central was 21 of 38, 6 of 18 from behind the line, and 1 of 5 from the free throw line. Griggsville-Perry 9 of 19, 1 of 4 from behind the arc, and 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. It's 51-23. Next Panthers basket would result in a running clock if Griggsville-Perry's not able to wane that off with a possession of their own. Gettenbacher with the basketball down to Wiz Kirkin. Three ball from the left corner, no good. Rebound comes down to Michael Myers. Here comes GP on the attack. They quickly push down. Lipkeman to Lipkeman, now to Myers. Drives on the right side. Running right hand, no good. Flint Kirk fought for the rebound, but Gettenbacher gets it instead. Paben with the basketball. Over to Gettenbacher. Griggsville-Perry still in the 2-3 zone. Moore with the basketball now as they work it back to the right side. A little weave here from the Panthers as now Moore's got the basketball on the right side. Gettenbacher flashes high, and it's going to be a kick ball. It'll be Panthers basketball with 7:14 left to go here in the contest.
Trex LLC, our scoreboard sponsor here on Central Illinois Sports. Diesel repair at their shop or with mobile service at your location, 217-922-0044.
Paben with the basketball. Over now to Wiz Kirkin. Gettenbacher still at the free throw line. Blewett going block to block. Moore in the corner as Wiz Kirkin's got it back out to the volleyball line. Want to say congratulations to the Brown County Junior High squad. They're going to the state semifinals here tonight along with Quincy Catholic in their respective classes. Steve Surratt has the call on the BC Hornets here in just a little bit. Flying layup from Paben was no good. A rebound came down to Gettenbacher. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. Foul's going to go against Michael Myers on the play. That's going to be his fourth personal.
Team third of the second half, and Isaac Gettenbacher to shoot 2 shots. This young man's really turned himself into a nice player, hasn't he?
I tell you what, you didn't know what to expect. You knew he was a talented football player, but he just seems to play with a lot of calm, Charlie. You don't ever see him get too worked up. You never see him get too flustered. As the first free throw is good, he's got 13 points on the afternoon. Second free throw up and good as well. Make it 14. 53-23, and now the running clock will be in play for the remaining 6:43 to go here. Wyatt Lipkeman drives in. Spin move is up and good, and that's Wyatt Lipkeman's first 2 of the basketball game. That's something that probably would have never imagined saying this season. It'll be a line change for the Tornadoes here on the next dead ball opportunity. Blewett with the basketball, tips it over now to Wiz Kirkin on the left side.
Well, and this is one of those experiences for Griggsville-Perry, Brian, that you're going to find out what you're made of because you've still got 2 weeks of regular season left before postseason play, and you've obviously got some work still to do if you want to compete at the top level come postseason.
Well, the big challenge they're going to have here, Charlie, as we talk about it, this is not out of the realm, even though despite what you've seen today, this is not out of the realm that Griggsville-Perry can compete for a regional. They most definitely can.
Agreed.
But to do it as now a 3 from Wyatt Lipkeman up and no good, you're going to have to get through either Jacksonville route, you're going to have to get through New Berlin, and you're potentially going to have to get through somebody like a Greenfield or a Payson Seymour on their own floor as the basket is up and good for Blewett in the postseason. It's not going to be an easy road, but this is a team that can actually do it despite what has been a miserable performance today, to be flat blunt. But the thing you say about it, Charlie, we play 31 games in a season now. You're going to have clunkers regardless of what team you are. We've seen Southeastern, who's been state ranked all year, go through some struggles. We've seen Camp Point Central have not their best days. We saw a very good West Hancock team here just a week ago, Charlie, as the shot is up and good for Gettenbacher. They had a struggle of a shooting night here just a week ago against Camp Point Central, and that's a very good team that just won their 20th game. It's a long season, folks, of basketball, and we always remember, as we tell you, these are high school kids.
Yeah, don't take one snapshot from one game and try to make a trend out of it. you'll fool yourself every time, as now we'll see a line change on the Griggsville-Perry side. Lister into the contest along with Fensick, Woodward, White, and Wade Lipcomb. On the other side, we see Caden Lohmeyer for the first time today. Elijah Ginnenbacher back into the game, and we'll also see Caden Niekamp, one of the meanest football players you're ever going to meet.
He's a freshman, Charlie.
Look how mean he looks, Brian.
He is. I'm telling you what, they like that. They like him a lot.
Oh, my goodness.
They like him a lot in that football uniform, and he showed it earlier this fall. He was really able to contribute there on that defensive side for Camp Point Central. Wiskirchen with the basketball, gets it to Niekamp. He goes up with the right hand. Shot's no good. Rebound comes to the way. 3-ball is no good for Lohmeyer, and now Niekamp fights underneath, and they might get the foul on Caden Niekamp trying to fight for the rebound.
Yeah, they're actually going to say it's on Wade Lipcomb.
My bad.
Believe it or not. His first, team fourth, and ball out of bounds here for Central.
Robert Gooding will check in for Camp Point Central, the 6'1 junior forward, as Wiskirchen sits down. 3:50 left to go here, and the clock continues to run. They get it now down to Gooding. Tries to kick it back up. This is Blewett. Spins through the lane to triple coverage up with the left hand, and that is a heck of a play. Regardless of who's guarding him for Gavin Blewett, he's got 10 points on the afternoon. That's a nice play, Charlie.
Yeah, and Blewett's role, they've still got a lot of basketball to play for this Camp Point Central squad. Blewett's role next year is going to be a lot different, and he could be a kid that could put up a lot of points in a senior season.
Woodward with the basketball, gets the pick from White on the right side as Wade Lipcomb flashes through the lane. It gets tipped away from Niekamp. It'll be a turnover on the Tornadoes, their 14th. With the basketball now, this is Elijah Ginnenbacher. Back over now to Lohmeyer on the left side, as now we've got 3 minutes left to go here in the contest. We'll break everything down for you on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Gooding with it now down to the corner. Short corner shot from Blewett's no good. He's going to get his own rebound, goes back up with it. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line for two, will Gavin Blewett.
Blewett still working hard out there. Foul whistle again on Lipcomb, his second. Team fifth. Blewett to the free throw line shooting 2. Running clock here in the fourth quarter. This thing really flying by. It's 59-25, the lead for Camp Point Central, and Blewett's first free throw is up and good.
Blewett gets the free throw, give him 11 on the afternoon. His first make of the day from the free throw line, Charlie. 60-25 game here. Watching it live on Central Illinois Sports. Second free throw's up and no good. Eli White comes down with the rebound, but he'll get fouled by Niekamp on the back.
Niekamp says, they give you 5 of these. I'm not playing very long today. I might as well get 1 or 2, right?
You got to make sure you get it in the scorebook, Charlie. That's how you get in the newspaper.
What's a newspaper?
It's one of those old wooden ships that was used in World War II. Down in the basketball is Eli White in the corner with less than 2 minutes to go. Lister, nice pass into Eli White. He'll go up, nice shot fake. He'll get fouled and go to the line. Will Eli White on the nice pass from Braden Lister.
Yeah, nice job by Eli White that time, and a good find by Lister. Of course, we jokingly say what's a newspaper. One of the finest newspapers anywhere around is the Pike County Express.
Hey.
I heard this week, or last week I think it was, Brian, they're keeping their price at 50 cents. And why that is? The family that runs that, it's just been doing it for so long. They know their advertisers. Their advertisers trust them, continue to spend money with them, and that's why they're able to keep that price affordable for folks. I read mine on a digital side now, each and every Wednesday.
Second free throw is good for Eli White, his first of the ball game. It's a 60-26 ball game, and we think about the Otker family, and of course Tom Colson and Joan Colson, who ran that for many years, and that was a guy I learned a lot from, was Tom Colson. As a 3-ball is up and good for Robert Gooding. Good him in the scorebook for 3 points. It's a 63-26 game, and the Camp Point fans enjoy that from the junior Robert Gooding. 3-ball from Wade Lipcomb. It was no good. Niekamp comes down with the rebound. 50 seconds left to go here in the contest. Camp Point's going to get their 21st win of the season. Griggsville-Perry's going to fall to 19-7 after this one. 3-ball on the way again from Gooding, off the rim and no good. Now it comes down to Niekamp. 37 seconds left to go, as it's a lot of fun here for the reserves on the Panther squad. Niekamp pulls it out, now gives it back to Lohmeyer. Eli White comes out to guard. Now they get it to Niekamp. Short corner now. This is Blewett. Nice little dish down into Ginnenbacher. No good, though. Wade Lipcomb going to fight for the rebound. Tornadoes will get one more shot at it. Woodward with the basketball now. 15 seconds left to go. Back to Wade Lipcomb. This is Fensick. Over to Braden Lister. Wade Lipcomb, nice shot fake, goes up with a 3. And top of the key 3 is good for Wade Lipcomb. That's his first 3 of the contest, and that's how this one's going to wrap up. Camp Point Central is going to get a win over Griggsville-Perry, their second of the year against the Tornadoes. 63-29 is your final score from Camp Point Central High School. We'll break it all down and have a little more breakdown on this one on the Illini Community Hospital postgame show back in 2 minutes.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Kroc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
When you're ready to make your dream kitchen and bathroom a reality, find inspiration at Pike County Lumber in Pittsfield. It starts with a 3D design so you can see every angle and every custom detail. Traditional style or the newest trends. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle. Your custom kitchen and bathroom will have the features that you need. A large versatile island for work or entertaining. Quartz countertops. Quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
United Community Bank has been serving our community. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the largest selection of gun safes in the tri-state area. That's right, everything from the vaults, vault doors, and safe accessories. Only the quality brands like Fort Knox, American Security, Browning, and Liberty. Come in and check out the displays or go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection online as well.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Well, my baby does gives me special love. It's the kind of stuff.
Honey, it's your turn.
I'm on cloud nine.
Pizza, better with Pepsi.
Welcome back on the Illini Community Hospital post-game show. Final score in this contest, a 63-29 win for Camp Point Central over Griggsville-Perry, as the Panthers improved to 21-4 on the season. The Tornadoes dropped to 19-7 on the year. And Brian, this one was pretty much all Camp Point Central from the word go.
It really was. You've got to credit the defense of Camp Point Central's. We'll tell you about here in some of the post-game stats in just a second. This was a Camp Point Central squad that was really able to mitigate anything positive that Griggsville-Perry does today. And we'll tell you first that comes down in the shooting stats. For Griggsville-Perry, just 11 of 25 from the ball game, just 2 of 7 from behind the arc. The three-point shooting is something where Griggsville-Perry really excels at and really starts to give themselves a little bit of a spark. And just 5 of 8 from the free throw line today. Of course, Griggsville-Perry likes to penetrate a lot. They like to draw fouls, get themselves to the free throw line. Just a couple of areas today they were not able to get anything going. For Griggsville-Perry, Wyatt Lipkeman finishes with 2 points. Flint Kirk finishes with 2. Lane Lipkeman with 5. Dane McAllister with 6. Wade Lipkeman with 3. Garrett Woodward, with 4. Michael Myers with 4. And Eli White with 1. Griggsville-Perry turned the basketball over 14 times this afternoon. For James Barnett's Camp Point Central Panthers, they grabbed their 21st win of the season, 25 of 50 from the floor, 7 of 22 from behind the arc, and 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Just 7 turnovers on the day for Camp Point Central. Nick Moore finishes with 14 points. Briar Wiskirchen knocks down 2 threes for 6. Gavin Blewett finishes with 11. Drew Paben, no points on the day, but another great defensive effort from him. Isaac Ginnenbacher with 16 points. Elijah Ginnenbacher with 3. Robert Gooding knocked one down that got the crowd excited for 3 points. And Carter Eiler finishes with 10 for the 21-4 now Camp Point Central Panthers.
Good look on the day for the Panthers. We'll name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris, next on Central Illinois Sports.
Yeah, I'm at Farm and Home for Essentials.
Did you find everything you need?
No, apparently not. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
No other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction. If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Our player of the game on Central Illinois Sports is brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And Brian, I think this afternoon we'll name Isaac Ginnenbacher our player of the game. A really well-rounded game for him on both ends of the court, leading his squad to their 21st victory of the season, 63-29.
Another great outing here for the Panthers today. And if you're Griggsville-Perry, we tell you, you've got to rebound and kind of put this one behind you fast. They've got South County coming up on Tuesday, which will be a very critical game in terms of the postseason seeds. South County is in the same subsectional. And then, of course, always the fun rivalry game, Charlie, that you guys will have here coming up next Wednesday. It'll be the Sockies and the Tornadoes from Voschel Gymnasium. It's always a fun night.
Yeah, we're looking forward to some pretty good broadcasts in the next couple of weeks. Hope you'll join us on Central Illinois Sports. Camp Point Central still has one more home game left. They'll host Macomb on senior night. And a tough one for the senior night matchup. But, man, James Barnett's squad is really looking good at the right time of the year.
They are, and that'll be a fantastic contest. Macomb has really had a nice rebound season. This is really turning into a good season for the Bombers. It should be a really fun game.
Well, Brian, I don't know about you, but I'm headed to Jersey's for steak night, and hopefully some folks are there watching the game and enjoyed the broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. For John Hull and Brian Shoemaker, I am Charlie Hull, thanking you for joining us here on Central Illinois Sports.